The square by the Greek parliament grew into a scene of chaos today, with protesters and police exchanging Molotov cocktails and tear gas grenades. Greece itself is at a standstill today, with a nationwide strike paralysing industry, transport and buses. Up to 1 million people are taking part in protests, with around 50,000 around Parliament alone. The action is against a third round of austerity being debated by the government. If passed, it would mean deep slashes to pensions and a raise in the retirement age to 67. Let's get more on this right now and what to expect today. Attorney and Professor of Constitutional Law, Mr. George Katrongalos. So thanks so much for coming on the programme today. A pleasure to see you. As I'm sure you were hearing a moment ago, Molotov cocktails began flying early today. But these latest cuts have been in the pipeline for months. Why are we seeing these protests now, and what exactly are they about?
Well, you see, we are now at the edge of a social explosion in Greece, because after 2 years of austerity measures that not only have been counterproductive, they have not helped facing the debt, but on the other hand, they have shrunk the economy. Now, many people in Greece cannot make their life as it used to be. So it's very normal to be in front of such social incidents. I think the new thing is that we have a common wave of demonstration at the European South. Yesterday we had the incidents of Madrid, some days before in Portugal. And now there is also Madrid a joint initiative of the trade unions of the European South. So maybe in the future we can expect a coordinated contestation of these austerity measures.
Well, certainly it seems to be having no positive resonance among the public there. We were just showing the latest pictures as you and I were talking. Molotov cocktails, fire on the streets, tear gas, stun grenades, you name it. One of the popular slogans, though, at today's protests is, quote, "Dictatorship must end." What does that mean? Because wasn't the current government only elected very recently?
It is, but it has been elected on a very different mandate. They have promised to renegotiate the famous, the notorious memoranda, that is the agreements between Greece and its lenders, and the state, without any kind of negotiation, they have then promised to Mrs. Merkel and the other European leaders just to implement all the former agreements. So there is a clear gap between the pre-electoral promises and what they are doing now. So a lot of people think that it is a kind of political treason. And also, moreover than that, besides the feeling that they have been betrayed, they have very, very real difficulties in living their lives. Now 25% of the Greek population is unemployed, 50% of the young people. Societies cannot stand anymore.
So you talk about the massive unemployment levels. I mean, it's worth noting it's been revealed that Greece's deficit is actually twice as large as previously thought. Do you think Greece has the stamina to continue carrying on like this?
It is not exactly just a thing of stamina. It is a clear wrong recipe. It is a kind of recipe that is more lethal than the medicines, more lethal than the disease itself. Because we see that these 2 years of the austerity measures, the debt has not decreased. It is now actually bigger than what it used to be, despite a haircut last year. And at the other point of view, we have also the shrinking of the economy. So it's a kind of vicious circle. We cannot reduce the debt. Instead, we are making the economy worse and the lives of the people more miserable. Of course, this cannot be a way out of the crisis.
George Katrongalos, attorney and professor of constitutional law. A great pleasure to have you on the program today.
Thank you.